If you got questions, high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, get them on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch because it's time for Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday.
That was a lot. The
Love
North
Honda.
Texas Honda dealers want to help you score some great deals on award-winning Hondas. Stop by your helpful Honda dealer today or visit ntxhondadealers.com to learn more.
Has anybody asked any questions?
They sure have. Let's go with, what do you guys think of the Cuero Rockport game tonight? A sneaky one down there.
Very sneaky. This is a good Rockport team.
It is very good.
A very good Rockport team. And
They're a weird mix of the spread and slot T. Like, they still have some slot T stuff, but they got Seibert's kid at quarterback who can throw the ball. So they're a challenge to prepare for every week.
Yeah. I think Cuero is going to have the advantage, like, on the outside. Like, they're going to have a couple of dudes that I think are just going to be faster. And the advantage, like, for Rockport, they need to hem them in. If you keep this game, the more this game is played between the hashes, the better for Rockport. If this game gets it out on the outside, that is where Cuero is going to feast. I believe I took Cuero. I don't feel good. That's a perfect example of a game that I don't feel great about. I took Cuero. I think that they're the favorite in this one, but Rockport is certainly capable of giving them a lot of trouble tonight. What's next, Pickle?
Up next, let's go with thoughts on Cal Allen versus Fredericksburg. Cal Allen rolls and then meets LBJ in Region 4. Can they upset? I'm worried about Fredericksburg. I think this is a bit of a poor matchup for them.
It is.
Cal Allen mashes you up front, and Fredericksburg is more. Is it fair to call them a little more finesse than power?
A little bit more, yeah.
And they're a team that Fredericksburg is a team that their defense has been a bit of a problem this year, and there are few programs in the state that can expose your problems defensively like Cal Allen.
Yeah. It's a bad team to play.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. From Region 4, Calhoun and LBJ, that's a tricky matchup for LBJ.
Yeah.
That is a tricky
Go watch
matchup.
the Picks video.
Tricky match.
They've never played Calhoun.
And that Calhoun offense is wonky and hard to prepare for.
It's singular.
Our guy Ryan Smiga has been hyping up Calhoun hard this week.
If Calhoun, I think their quarterback's been out most of the year, and I think he came back last week, and he makes a big difference for them. If that's just a tricky match. If
get caught sleeping too, to be honest.
That's a game where LBJ, if they're looking ahead, Calhoun will bite them.
Yes, they will. Yeah,
pinch them like a sand crab. Pinch them.
That's it. We're ending the show on that. There's the ender. Oh, that was good. All right, up next. Let's say, what is the most underrated matchup in 5AD2?
All right. Let me look through 5AD2 real quick.
I got one while you're looking.
Go for it.
Leander Rouse in Floresville.
That is underrated.
Man, Coach
Floresville's got a really good running back in the Murphy kid. I believe he's committed to an Ivy League school. They're the kind of team that they could hold the football, play keep away, pull the upset.
I do believe we will have highlights of that on Valley Sports Southwest.
What a tease.
What a tease. What a star.
That is a broadcast professional
That really
right there.
is.
And I wonder who set the schedule.
Pickle.
Okay.
All right.
That's mine. Rouse and Floresville is mine.
I'll go to Region 1. I think Canutillo and Canyon Randall's underrated. Canyon Randall is a team that they've got a bit of an ugly record at 6-5, but this is Randall came from an extremely tough district, right? I think they came from a tough district. They are battle tested. They've got they got a win over Dumas. They got a win over Canyon. Those are both pretty good. This is I think that it's possible that Braxton Bird, the quarterback for Randall, kind of takes over this game. For Canutillo, look, it's an El Paso team. They're favored in this game, I think, but the defense has really got to step up against a challenging opponent here tonight. I think Canyon Randall and Canutillo is probably a little underrated in 582.
What about Barbers Hill and A&M Consolidated?
Yeah.
I mean,
can Barbers Hill keep that heater going?
Absec has them doing that thing again where he's good at coaching in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they're dangerous. I mean, look, they not now. Here's the thing. We probably didn't talk enough about it last week, but Fort Bend Marshall, I think they were a perfect example of a team that we weren't going to know until it was too late. Do you know what I mean? Of like they were steamrolling past people, but they were just a lot better than them. And we weren't going to know if they had flaws until they were in the middle of getting exposed. And that's what Barbers Hill did. And give them a lot of credit, right? That takes a well-coached ball club. That takes a really well-disciplined ball club to do that. But they did that. A&M Consolidated is not that. We know how good A&M Consolidated is, which is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
They're a lot more fleshed out. And so this is a different challenge for Barbers Hill tonight as opposed to Marshall, where there's a reasonable argument to be made that was like, that's the best team they'd played this year. And we just finally found out, you know what? It turned out that Marshall had some flaws that were able to be exposed. What's next, Pickle?
Let's go with, where did it go? I just had it. If you could call one potential upset alert tonight across all classifications, what would it be?
Upset alert.
I just did it. If I could pick one, I'd say Calhoun over LBJ.
Okay.
I know people say, well, LBJ's played Canyon Lake. Calhoun's offense is not a it's very different than what Canyon Lake. Calhoun's offense, it's a singular offense. No one else like runs the offense the way Calhoun does it, and they do it with above average athletes in the skill positions.
Yeah.
Canyon Lake's not going to have the skill kids that Calhoun will have. Calhoun's got couple of guys who are playmakers. So
all right,
that's mine.
I'll throw one out there, and it's really only an upset in the sense that the records are extremely different. I think Pittsburgh might beat Quinlan Ford tonight.
That's a good one. Pittsburgh is playing well.
Pittsburgh is 4-7. Okay, they are 4-7, and that is ugly. But you know what?
And I think they won I think they were like 1-7 going in there like that. They've
gotten hot.
Yeah.
And that is a hot team. Quinlan Ford is a team that's having their best year ever. This is going to be a different ball club. If Pittsburgh can slow down the run, which is like literally the name of the game against Quinlan Ford, I think at one point they're the leading rushing team in the nation. At Quinlan Ford. If they can slow them down, I don't know what Quinlan Ford's plan B is. And that's really where it comes down to. Get them behind the 8 ball. If you're able to do that, you got a shot in that.
Yeah,
that's
jump on them quick.
Yeah, I'll throw that out there as a potential
I like
upset.
that one.
It's Pittsburgh over Quinlan Ford.
I don't know if this would really, like, in our minds be seen as an upset, but the game I'm going to tonight, I think College Station can take down Frisco Lone Star. I don't know if you necessarily see that as an upset because we know about them, but just traditionally speaking, they haven't been able to break through to the third round.
I think the statewide fringy football fan who just kind of swoops in the playoffs may view that as an upset.
They see
Lone Star is the name
versus
Brazos Valley, and they say that, but I think they know that if
like
they're
us,
sickos.
Yeah,
sickos.
I think that's fair, and so I don't like. For me, I picked College Station. I think College Station's my favorite to. Well, I picked Highland Park to win the region, but we'll find out next week potentially. Although Highland Park's got to get past. Wakeland, yeah. Wakeland's pretty good. Anyway, there's all that. Yeah, I don't know if that would necessarily be an upset, but I think that you're right. It may be from like a perception perspective, Pickle, that there would be people are like, oh wow, they beat this team from that I've never heard of. Mm-hmm. Came and beat a team that played for a title back in 2015. Although remember, College Station won one in 2017.
They did.
What's next, Pickle?
What are your thoughts on Columbia and LCM, who will play the winner of or who will play El Campo next week?
I like Els. I'm a big Eric Peavy guy.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's the hair, isn't it?
It's the lettuce, yeah. He's got elite hair.
Dude, they are that turnaround that he's been part of. And like cuz everyone said when he left Westbrook to go to Little Cypress baseball, dude, you're here at like this big program here in Beaumont, like why would you go to Little Cypress Mauriceville? It's been a minute since they were even like relevant.
Yeah.
And now I think they're the favorite tonight.
Yeah, I think they are too.
And then you're talking about a regional stinking semifinal and you get a shot at El Campo next week.
Yeah.
They are I like the Bears. I like the Bears.
Maximum Bears?
No. It still belongs to Bridgeland.
Okay, just checking.
Although I think who do they got tonight?
I should know this.
They got College Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one. Okay. College Park is serious. That's a pretty
good
ball club.
If Bridgeland's defense played the way that they did last week, they're gonna lose against College Park. That defense was.
That was a Maximum Bears run.
It was not. Connor Wigman. He picked up Maximum Bears. He gets to wave the flag.
He's the hashtag Maximum Bears player. Of the
Go
week.
watch the vlog, by the way. Pickle did a great job with the run through and stuff.
Thanks. That run through was awesome.
It is awesome.
It's so cool. Let's go with Corey Pitts, who I believe you saw last night, asked Matt after seeing Lorena in action if his opinion of the Leopards have changed, and asked him what he thinks about Jaden Porter.
Matt.
I thought Lorena was really good. Did not pick them to win the region.
I did.
I might, if I was going to recalibrate my picks, I would strong. I think next week is the regional championship potentially. If Columbus wins, I think Lorena and Columbus are the two best teams in the region. Porter was unbelievable.
Yeah,
just a sophomore. That's a Division I receiver right there.
Yeah, because the top half of that bracket is Diboll versus Hallettsville, and then Academy is through. They'll await the winner of that. So then it would be Lorena awaits the winner of tonight's game between Columbus and Anahuac. I think Columbus is probably your favorite there, and yeah, I would say that probably 1 and 2. Although Hallettsville would love another shot at Columbus.
Yeah, the difference between Columbus and Hallettsville. I'm starting to wonder, though. If you look at just transitive property, which is not always accurate, but at least gives you a frame. I mean, Columbus, Hallettsville, and Yoakum were all pretty evenly matched. Little River Academy took care of Yoakum in that first round, and Lorena took care of Little River Academy with relative ease.
Well, it's kind of like what we were talking about with 5A Division 1 Region 3.
In the a lot of separation
of like
District
10 versus District 11. Like cleared out District 9 and District 12, like in the first round. Would it surprise you if either one of those districts swept the other tonight? Like if for example, if District 11 were to sweep District 10, that would mean Weiss over Manville, right? Mm-hmm. That would mean Georgetown over Hightower. That would mean Peyto or Manor over Peyto, and that would mean Cedar Park over Angleton.
I'd be more surprised if 11 swept 10.
Okay.
I'd be more surprised if 11 swept 10.
Okay. But if 10 swept 11, so if it was the other way, so Angleton over Cedar Park, Peyto over Manor.
I wouldn't be super surprised if 10 swept 11.
Manville over Weiss and Hightower of Georgetown?
Yeah. Angleton Cedar Park is the swing game.
Yeah.
To me, that's the one that's the swing game.
What's next, Pickle?
I gotta call my own foul here because there was a romance question for me, and it was based on what you've seen so far. Who would be your pick to get engaged to the Bachelorette, and why? I'm 2 weeks behind. I'm slacking. I was at a basketball game one Tuesday.
What fan are you?
I was third wheeling on y'all's dinner date on Tuesday, so I missed the second week in a row. I was at a basketball game the week before last, and then I've been working too much. Have time to go back and watch
my daughter would be so disappointed in you.
I know.
Anyway, hey, be so,
you know who I think is going to win?
So judgy.
You know who I think is going to win?
Yeah.
Broden. Is there a Broden?
No, I don't think I've ever heard that name. Yeah, but hey, look,
I will give someone $100 so they can name their kid Broden. I need their birth certificate. Convince your wife to name her son Broden.
That'd be wild.
I'm just trying to be an honest capital J journalist here and say, hey, I'm behind, so I don't have an accurate. If I catch up, we can do this next week for Mailbag.
Shame emoji.
Yeah, so sorry I didn't pull through on the romance question there. Touch base on Grandview. I'm going to start that over. Grandview and Gladewater tonight, which Ishmael Johnson will be there.
Yes, Ish is
and we'll have Katie Ingleson from Valley Sports will be there.
Royce City, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know we've said this before.
Dude, that stadium's so good.
Ish will be enjoying, if Royce City continues what they usually do, Ish will be enjoying Soul Man's Barbecue in the press box.
There you go.
And there's a Buc-ee's across the street from the stadium.
Oh, my gosh.
We've stopped at that Buc-ee's before.
Yeah, we have.
On our way to the cover shoot.
That's right.
Living the dream. So, I like Gladewater in this one.
We're on opposite sides of this.
I like Gladewater. I think DJ Allen is going to get unleashed tonight. And I think the Bears, I think Gladewater gets it done.
I'm going with the Zebras.
It's going to be a great game, though.
Elite game. It's a fantastic game. And
great mascot matchup. Bears and Zebras.
I suggested the game to Ish, so if he gets a banger, I expect to thank you, Ishmael.
You're not getting one.
So a friend of mine is coming to town with, I think his dog, I think there's like a spirit convention in town or something like that. And so they're in town from California. And he texted me on Monday and he goes, "Hey, I want to take like the group and I want to go out to a high school football game. Like, what would be a great atmosphere and stuff like that." And so they're in DFW, so I was kind of looking around, and I said, "Here's what I settled on: Longview and Lancaster at Mesquite Memorial Stadium." And I said this for a couple of reasons. One, because I think it's going to be a good game. So if you're interested in a good game, I think Lancaster and Longview is a good game. I think it's a good stylistic clash. I think that you've got two great bands that do it different ways.
Oh yeah,
you get the military marching, and then you get the the Lancaster
get down
Marching Tiger Band.
Dude, I love that's my favorite band to watch. Them and the dancers. They're so fun.
Everyone knows how much I love Mesquite Memorial Stadium. I love that. And I said, and Lancaster can have trouble traveling sometimes. Longview will bring the heat. Longview will bring a good crowd. He did ask me. He texted me today. He goes, "So I bought tickets. Do you think it'll be full?" And I go, "Buddy, Mesquite Memorial holds almost 20,000.
Yeah.
So, no. We have big crowds, but big crowds means, there'll be, 9,000 people. You know what I mean? A good crowd. You know what I mean? But, I was like, buddy, no, it's not going to be full. They could fill up a lot of stadiums, not Mesquite Memorial. No. All right, what's next?
Let's go south of there. Ennis and Mansfield Timberview. Always an interesting one.
Tricky.
Yeah.
Always
Timberview
interesting.
is rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Ennis is 11-0, but it's a little bit. I mean,
it's a little
look
soft.
at Ennis' schedule. Who are they really beaten? Waxahachie is probably their best win.
I'm going to look this up.
The Hatch, as Guy would say.
Royce City.
It is. I will say, and you can go view all of our all the computer predictions on TexasFootball.com right now. This is one of 6 pick'ems.
Yeah, and Timberview beat Ennis last year, so I think Ennis will get their revenge because they're going to be amped up for this one. But I'm concerned. Ennis is 11-0, but look at that schedule. Tell me their best win. It's Waxahachie in week 2.
Yeah, Royce City.
And Royce City got drilled by Frisco.
Actually, you know who it might be? It might be last week against Denison.
Yeah, I mean.
So, we'll find out. Timberview's a really good ball club. Timberview's really good. Yeah, because you remember how excited we got about Ennis when they beat Red Oak, and they really beat them impressively in week 1. That did not age particularly well because Red Oak had a tough
Red Oak
year.
was bad this year.
Red Oak had a tough year, exactly.
Yeah, Red Oak got him last year.
Yeah.
I was at that game.
All right, let's do 3 more.
Okay. Some chick named Mallory wants to get your thoughts on Michigan State and Ohio State.
Pain. What's next?
Are there any winners in that game?
No.
When they play? Does anyone really win?
No. Thoughts on Geyer and Jesuit tonight?
Yeah, another kind of tricky one. Jesuit.
Think Geyer rolls.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna blow up Marcus Shavers' spot. Okay, because he brought up a great point last night off the air. After he got done beating me up.
That too.
He brought up a great point on the air. He goes, when you have a head coach who's also the lead coach on the offensive line, that is when you've got, their offensive line is always going to be good. And he specifically mentioned, he's like Brandon Hickman at Jesuit. He goes, he's the head coach, and he's also basically the offensive line coach. And they're super sound up front. They're always really good. And that could negate one of the things that Geyer does really well, which is that their front seven's pretty darn good. Now, their back four is pretty good, too. So, I don't know. Jesuits also got that guy. They got Robert Fitzgerald, who is kind of a Swiss Army knife. Geyer's your favorite, and they've got to be, in my opinion. But at the same time, I think this is a tricky game. And if you let Jesuit hang around, they have a history of making you look foolish if you let them hang around in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You got to bury them. And so,
remember they beat Longview a couple of years ago?
Mm-hmm. So keep an eye on this one. That's a sneaky game there for. I think people will be like, "Oh, Geyer, okay, fine." They're just pencil them in. Not so fast. I think Jesuit's got a little stomach for the fight. All right,
2 more.
Sure.
We got 2 Thanksgiving questions real fast, so
perfect.
we'll round it out with that. 1, this one's for Step. Which is better, American or Canadian turkey? My question off of that is there a difference?
No, they're both. It's mainly who's making the turkey.
Gotcha.
And if they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's your turkey preference of choice?
Smoked turkey.
Smoked. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll round it out with this. Tepper, what is the one thing you look forward to most about next Thursday, other than it being the birthday of Matthew?
Do you know what? I love the fact that it's Matt's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
What I love is there's going to be a moment, probably in my house, probably around 1:00, where I'm going to have a beverage in my hand. I'm going to have the turkey's going to be in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
That smell's going to start to waft.
You're watching the Detroit Lions get destroyed.
The Detroit Lions are going to be down 30, right? And I'm going to be sitting there, and the smell, and there's going to be a little bustle, little bustle in the house.
That's exactly. You've got the random conversation.
There's that moment of sensory,
overload in a great way.
Sensory perfection.
Mm-hmm.
It smells good. like my hand is cold from a beverage. I'm watching football. There are people chattering. Everyone's in a pretty good mood, right? That's the moment for me. Like that's why I love Thanksgiving. Is like there is that moment that you really don't get anywhere else. So there you go. All right.
And green bean casserole.
Okay. That's gonna do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Where are you going tonight?
I'm going to be hanging out at the same stadium where a superstar is going to be.
Oh, wow.
That is television's own Ashley Pickle.
Wow.
He meant to say my camera guy, Marcus Floyd.
Yeah. We're going to be in Tyler for College Station and Lone Star.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I probably will not get to eat at Stanley's pregame, so I'm super jealous.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
But
Go feast.
I'm sure I'll find something.
Yeah.
I'll broke boy it up and find something.
I'm sure you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then Saturday you got the triple at the Gilf.
I'll be at the Gilf on Saturday, yeah, which will be my 250th stadium to see a Texas high school.
How about that?
The irony of the Texas Rangers baseball stadium being the 250th high school football stadium in my career is something, but hey, it is what it is. It'll be fun.
Great. Thanks for joining us, bud.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.